But here's the thing. I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know I will beat. He just got knocked out, right? Yeah. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends. All this shit, but I want to fight you.
When you called out Anthony Joshua, were you on cocaine?
No, I don't do that thing. But I would if you got some.
Why did you do that?
To be the heavyweight champion of the world. His chin's gone.
But he's still Anthony Joshua.
Which is stiff and no rhythm, no skill, just power.
You're serious about fighting him?
Yeah.
Jake Paul is calling out Anthony Joshua, claiming the former champion doesn't have a good chin and is too stiff for the real competition. With the challenge thrown down, Paul promises to expose Joshua's weaknesses in the ring. Tommy Fury said he wanted to give his opinion on the recent talk about Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. He reminded everyone that Jake Paul couldn't beat him, even when Tommy had a broken hand. With just one hand, Jake still lost. Tommy made it clear that he is still his daddy. And anyone debating the fight shouldn't bother because Jake isn't worth a shilling. The loss will always be a part of Jake's record.
Good morning, guys. Just wanted to give a little opinion on everything I've been seeing on social media lately. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Just wanted to come in here and remind everybody that that bum couldn't beat me when I basically had a broken hand. I had one hand and he still lost. Jake Paul, I'm still your daddy, and everybody weighing this fight up, don't bother because he ain't worth a shilling. And the loss will always be there, Mr. Paul. Take it easy and have a good day.
Jake Paul responded to Tommy Fury on X, calling him Tommy Fumbles Fury and saying the ship has sailed, mate. Jake went on to say that he's focused on building the sport, while Tommy is just trying to make a payday and hit the pub. Eddie Hearn responded to Jake Paul's call-out of Anthony Joshua, noting that AJ would be willing to fight anyone, including Paul. Hearn mentioned that Joshua would take the fight just for the banter, pointing out that AJ has no problem stepping into the ring with anyone, as he's always been open to challenges. However, he also added that if Jake Paul wants to step up, he would need the proper insurance, as it's a big event with serious risks.
I want to ask you a question because the world of media went mental this morning. Anthony Joshua against Jake Paul. Please put this to bed or light the fire. What's going on?
I mean, sorry. This is the first time I've spoken about the fight. To be honest, like, I look at it and I think Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua. I mean, look, for me, we'd do it for the banter. Do you know what I mean? Like, AJ would fight Jake Paul.
Hearn expressed some disappointment about the timeline Jake Paul suggested, specifically 2026. He likened it to calling out someone for a fight years in advance, saying it felt unrealistic. Hearn used the example of saying he'd be ready to surf in the 2028 LA Olympics, pointing out how that's just too far away. He emphasized that if Jake Paul truly wants the fight, it should happen sooner, preferably in 2025. Hearn noted that Joshua is already at a stage where he's ready for any challenge, and waiting years to make it happen doesn't seem like a serious approach.
You know, the only thing that was disappointed was he says 2026. I mean, that's like calling someone out. That's like me saying, you know, LA Olympics for the surfing, 2028, I'll be there. Do you know what I mean? Do it in 2025 if you really want to do it. You're not going to get really much better at this stage.
Despite the long timeline, Hearn acknowledged that Jake Paul is great at creating major events and bringing in huge viewership. He mentioned that while Jake might be a straightforward night's work, for AJ, the event would still generate massive attention. Hearn also mentioned that Joshua was clear when he spoke to him, saying he'd fight anyone, anytime, without hesitation. The door is open for the fight if Jake Paul is serious about it.
Listen, of course, I'd fight. I mean, you know, if the question was asked to Jai, would you fight Jake Paul? And there was,
I wouldn't fight him. I'd bash him.
Yeah, but he might do it. He might just do it for, you know, just for doing it for the sake of it. But obviously, we know. Listen, Jake creates massive events, right? You know that's going to create like unbelievable viewership. And no disrespect to Jake Paul, it's a straightforward night's work. But you know, I like this calling out of Canelo and all this. AJ it's another challenge up there, but. You know, if they're game, why not?
What did he say, AJ, to you about it?
He said, why not? I said, what do you want me to say when I'm asked about it? And he said, tell everyone I'll fight anyone, anytime. It's not a problem for me.
Wade expressed disbelief and frustration after hearing Jake Paul's latest claim of wanting to fight Anthony Joshua, calling it blasphemy and a sign that Paul has lost his ever-loving mind. He acknowledged that some people might dismiss Jake's call-out as a joke for clout, but Wade believes Paul is actually serious about facing AJ in the ring. Despite the seriousness of the challenge, Wade didn't hold back, calling Jake Paul absolutely delusional for thinking he could beat the former heavyweight champion, Anthony Joshua.
Heard blasphemy in my ears from one Jake Joseph Paul. Jake Pauler is back on that bullshit. We're probably gonna have to mute that because we're not far enough in the video yet for me to start cursing belligerently, but I must because damn, Jake Paul has lost his ever-loving mind. And I know I've probably said that on this channel many of times before, but today he took it a step further than I've ever seen him take it before because he called out Anthony Joshua. That's right, AJ, the former heavyweight champion of the world. And I know that people would look at this and they would take it as a joke and think that Jake is just doing it for clout, and maybe that's part of it, but I think that Jake Paul is legitimately serious about wanting to fight Anthony Joshua, and not only that, he also said he would, quote, beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I've said this for a long time, and I honestly mean it as a compliment, and we'll get into why in a second, but I'm gonna look into the camera and say it directly because it just has to be said. Jake Paul, sir, you are absolutely delusional.
He also pointed out that Jake Paul is a master marketer and master manipulator when it comes to shaping people's perceptions of combat sports. Wade believes Jake isn't just talking for clout. He thinks Paul is serious about the call out to Anthony Joshua. Jake knows how to create a spectacle and manipulate the narrative around it, blending hype with combat sports in a way that keeps him in the public eye. Whether or not the fight happens, Jake's ability to generate attention and stir controversy is unmatched, and Wade acknowledges that it's all part of Jake's strategy.
But here's the thing. I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know
he just got knocked out, right?
Yeah. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends, all this shit, but I want to fight you. I will beat Canelo. I will beat a lot of fucking people. I will not beat David Benavidez.
Okay, I had to pause it. I couldn't let this go on any longer. What the f are we talking about? Number one, let's just get one thing out of the way first. Is Jake serious about that? Is that just filler talk? Is that just clout talk? Is that him just saying things to say it? Okay, I know that the internet doesn't believe when Jake Paul says something that he means it. I happen to believe that when he says it, at least in this case, he means it. Jake is a master marketer. And he's also a master manipulator of people's idea of what combat sports should be and is and how he brings it all together. So when he posts a picture like this 10 hours ago or right after this news kind of hit the airwaves this morning on Twitter,
Joe Rogan reacted to Jake Paul wanting to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026 by asking why wait so long. He questioned, what about now? Why wait till 2026 to put on all the steroids? Rogan seemed to doubt Jake's seriousness about the fight, pointing out how strange it was to set such a distant date for something that could happen much sooner. His comment showed how many people are skeptical about Jake's challenge and whether he's actually serious.
That Dubois guy, though, holy shit, man. The way he took out Anthony Joshua.
I know.
Yeah, Jake wants to fight Anthony Joshua now?
I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass.
So he wants to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026.
And the haters online are like, yeah, do it.
Well, they're like, what about now?
Yeah.
They're like, what about fight him now? He's like, no, I want to wait till 2026. Like, okay.
To put on weight?
Put all the steroids, every steroid they have.
I would watch. Here's the thing. I would watch venom.
Oh, by the way,
scorpion venom.
Rollo reached out to me, John Rollo, my boy, and he sells this blue scorpion shit. He wants to get you some, Jordan.
I'll have some.
All right, I'll have him send you some.
I'll
take quadruple doses. Like
yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna start slow. I want to find out if I get poisoned.
Yeah, just.
What the fuck are we doing? We're drinking venom from scorpions?
It is weird.
That's weird. He's got the dopest tattoos.
So what are your thoughts on this? Is Jake Paul delusional, or does he have the ability to knock out Anthony Joshua? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to like and subscribe for daily entertaining videos.